Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
So, hello everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. So, this is Manisha, and after the consecutive success of all the four events, followed by the exciting challenges and the tasks, here we are back with the last but not the least, the session 5 of the Flutter Festival. So, as we know, Flutter Festival is a community led event where developers can join to learn and explore the Google technologies, especially Flutter and Dart, and have hands on the cross platform app development. I would like to convey my special thanks and appreciation to Mr. Ayush for managing all the events so well and giving a deep dive regarding everything related to Flutter, starting from basics and installation, the Firebase, GCP, responsive UI design, and many more. So, in today's session, we will be finally seeing the real world uses of this technology and how can we implement the same for making a tic-tac-toe app using Flutter and some more UI UX tips. So Ayush, you can go.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction and good evening, everyone. So let me share the screen and get started with it. So as we said, we will build today a tic-tac-toe app in Flutter. We will try to complete it in this session only. It will not take much time, but yeah, let's see. So I'm in the terminal and I'll just create the project. Tic-tac-toe. You can follow along maybe, or you can just watch like how you can do. I guess you can follow along and ask if in between if you stuck somewhere. So I will just navigate to that folder and use VS Code to go ahead with it. Sorry. So we'll be using Windows now. I don't have emulator, so you can see that. Let us first remove this comments. We don't need counter, so we'll remove that. Yeah. So these basic things you know how to do that. We can remove this text as well. So what is the idea today for building this is we will just use grid view. I will show you like some documentations with that as well, and we'll start it. So uh, it is a single page application, so we'll just add tiles. Let's say you all know tic-tac-toe, right? So how tic-tac-toe works is we have six buttons, and in each we have to display some kind of like cross or circle. So we will just do that, and so 3 by 3 square we have. So we will have uh, nine. What we can say, nine tiles. So we can say, let's say tiles, and we will use list dot filled, which will what list dot filled does is see, it asks for the length. We will give the 9 and we will initialize it with 0. Okay, so if we initialize it with 0, so for it's a two-player game, so we will have three things. First one is 0, then 1, then 2. So 1 is player 1, 2 is player 2, and 0 is it is null. Basically, no one has put any cross or 0 in the app. So yeah, that way we will be able to track every square. So now we will come now down and we will just change it to tic-tac-toe app here, because it is better to right see at the top like what we are doing. Here we will also paste it. This is a basic app. You all can build it along me, and it's quite easy. You will see it now how we are going to do that. So there is a center widget, and inside that there is column. So we will let it be there, and we will add a sized box. We will which will take height of, let's say, one box. Let's say is of 100 square, 100 pixels. So we have three. So we will take 300 pixels. Okay. So let's specify that 300 pixels. And in child, we will just use grid view dot count. So count, what grid view dot count does is it asks for the like how many number of row, like column you want, and according to that it will just create rows and column. So it is kind, we will see in the UI as well. So we will create the children, and inside this we will just use for loop. I guess this error is because of this const. We will remove this and bring it here. Yeah. And inside children, we will just use normal for loop, which will go till 9. And we will remove this, and we will just add a center widget, maybe. Sorry. Center widget with inside that we want text. Like, we have to specify that it's circle or not, right? So we will add text. And for what, how we can note text. So we have in up we have tiles. We have defined tiles. So we'll just check if tiles is equals tiles of I, because we have 9. So we will go with 9. Like, let's say first tile is it 0. So is it 0? Then we will show blank, like we don't have any value. Otherwise, otherwise we want to check if it's, we will again use tiles and I, and check if it's player 1 or 2. Let's, we are assuming now, for now, that player 1 goes with X and player 2 goes with O. We can just define the size of the, like styling, text style, text style. Let's say font size we will do with 24, and we'll add the constant. Okay, I guess this basic screen is ready. I can just uh, do this capital. Also, we'll do the bold thing. Font weight, font weight of bold. Let's save it, and I will run it. In between, I will also do some stuff. Like I will continue. For now, we have to show another thing we have to show here is status, like what, whose chance it is. Basically, like is it uh, let's not build two player. Let's build a single player. We'll also build a AI thing. That will be more interesting, I guess. Like computer will play with you. So let's say here we can write your turn. How we'll check that? Let's add a function. Winning is winning. We will just return boolean. Mhm. Winning is winning, and we will just pass down. What we can pass down is the current player. So int player. Since we are like doing the player thing, let's say one is player one and two is player two. So that's why I'm defining it integer, and we want the list, like that tiles one, right? Because from that we will only see how it is there. So let's say we will pass where tiles. I'm not defining the list thing because you will see it later. App is ready. Let me just show you in the screen. Um, smaller down. There is some render issue. Okay, let's also change this to a inkwell because we have to tap on that. What inkwell does is inkwell allows us to tap that with an splash kind of uh, animation directly. So yeah, on tap we can do this. Like this. Yeah. So what we can do in on tap is we can just for now see how it's working. We'll use set state and we will change tiles of that thing to either 1 or 0. So how we'll do that? For now, let's say it's 1 and let's see if it's working. There is an issue. Okay, we don't have a return type. We'll just return true for now. And let's see if, yeah, you can see here are 6 boxes. Uh, Only there are 4. Where are the rest? The 6 are there. Okay, so the sized box we can remove, I guess. And let's save it. Now it should. We need to have size box and we need to have height. We need to define here the height as well, right? We need 100. Okay, so we will add a sized box. We'll add height of 100, width of 100 as well, and we will save it. Uh, where it has gone. 100 is too small, I guess. Let's change the color as well. I will just change it to container so that we can add color, and we will add colors dot gray, blue gray, I guess, and save it. We can see that it's not yet visible. So let us just remove this and see what is happening. Oh, sorry. I will just for now. I will not catch the exceptions. I will just let Flutter run and throw exceptions. Restart it. So what it is saying, let's see. Sorry. Okay, so it is not allowing me to add center while we are inside inkwell or container because they have the similar kind of property. I will just remove that. Also, or else I can just add aspect ratio thing. Okay, just leave it. Now 6 are available. Height is 300. We should give a padding as well, right? So that we can like just see sets dot all will be 5 padding. Okay, so there is some issues. I will just change it to uh, what aspect ratio, and I will define it on workflow. Okay, so we have done that. So let's center all this. Inside container we have alignment, and we will use alignment dot alignment aligned dot. Also we can just uh, do this margin not padding, because what padding and margin does is padding gives the inside that widget we have padding and the color will spread overall, and for margin it will not use the color as well, so you can see it here. Yeah, now it looks good, right? So yeah, and for now let's just change it to 2 so that we can tap again and see it's changing, right? Yeah, so we have to also increase this width, because here we are not able to tap, right? So how we'll do that? We'll just use we will remove this widget, this height and width from here, and add it inside this. We will use sized box, and inside this we will just add it, so it will, yeah. And inside that I can use center because sized box doesn't have same property. Now I can just click. You can see there is also this. Let's remove this and see what happens. Yeah, the whole thing is now, you can see we can remove this now, this as well, and this as well. It should work fine. We will just do it 0 and check if it's working or not. Okay, we need center, I guess, and give it. So all tiles are working. Now we can go with the logic part, right? So let's first write how the winning works. So how will the winning work? We can go like this, it can go like this, it can go like this, it can go like this, all squares and diagonals, right? So let me pin it and write some logic. So we have tiles is 0 equals to player. We can just add p over here, so we don't have to write much. And here t. So t and p, and so if this happens, and 1 is also equals to p, and p of 2 is also equals to p. Then the user is winning. Right. We will just add or case and add the same thing. Let's go to the new line. and add this. Now let's take second line. So it will start from 3, 4, and 5. And add more or so this is a time pass thing, I guess. 6, 7, and 8. Since there are 9 squares and we are counting from 0, there will be 8. Now we have to go vertically. So 0, 3, and 6. Right. If I somewhere like you find something that I have done wrong, you can just stop me and ask, okay, 1, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 4 will come and 7 will come, right? Below 1 is 8, 5, and 2. Now diagonal thing. So 0, 0, then 4, then 5. Not 5, actually 8. Now another diagonal is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, बीच वाला 4 ही रहेगा और लास्ट वाला हो जाएगा 3, और ऊपर से नीचे जा सकते हैं, तो लास्ट वाला हम लोग कर देते हैं 6 और पहले वाला कर देते हैं 3. Anything is like, because we are using and so it doesn't matter actually. Okay, so all cases I guess I have covered. Yeah, I think so. So let's also see this. I will just add here if is winning, is winning is the right. Right. Yeah, I'll just copy it. Also, we can't use if inside a text widget, so we will use that thing is winning question mark and colon stuff. It's winning, and we have to send player number. Let's say 1 and the types. So every time the UI refreshes, it will call this and sends the change the text over there, right? So yeah, your turn. You your turn will you lost, and your turn will turn into you won. Let's see if it's working. Okay, now we have to change it this to 1 so that we can see you won. Everything is working. Let's restart this and see again. Okay, we have to also add a restart button, right? So let's add that as well below. Below aspect ratio, I will just add text button. We have contrast here. Contrast. What we will do is we will just make tiles again from that list dot field. So everything will become 0. I and to go 0. Right? And here I can add text. Now yeah, we have a restart button here. Now let's once check you won. Again restart. Okay, set state. We haven't used set state here. It's not using. Now it should work. Let's check all the conditions. We have this. Also, we can just increase the text size of one and log. Right? So we'll do just 32, and here as well 32. Log. So this case is not happening, right? So what? Okay, we'll handle that. Is this working? No. What happened? This is working. 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 That's working. That's working. Okay, this condition is not working. So what are the 0, 1, 2? Okay, I have written here 3, which will be 2, I guess. Yeah, so now it should work. Yeah, so all conditions are working. Now let's make AI kind of thing, or computer, let's say, which will run by the computer. So let avoid function, and what we can do, run mm, computer only, computer, right? That will be it. And we will make this async function. It may take time. Let's ignore that for now. We will see what the error is. We'll take integer. We'll check who is winning. We'll add w. We'll also add blocking, like if what is blocking, if you have this too, and I will put it here, so it will check for that. If user one is winning, then it will go and block, so it will a little bit tough for you to like win over there. And last one, we need like pass or kind of normal thing, so we can do n, and we will run through all this tiles and check for these numbers. So let's create a variable value of tiles, like current value of tiles. We will just add that. Like we are just saving it, and then we will check for the, like, use computer's brain to compute some stuffs. So if it's greater than 0, which is our default value, so we'll, like, it is already occupied, so we don't want to do, we'll do continue, and we'll let that tile go away. Or else we can just, since let computer be second player, so we will use 2 in all that. So what we'll do is, we will change the tile value, or we can, what we can do is, uh, okay, we can create a tiles actually. So we will create a temporary tile. So we'll use temp, and that we will copy the tiles. So how we will copy it, because tiles is the list, so we can cascade that. So cascade operator, what it does is it opens up the list, and then I can just add with double dot, like it returns the list, and inside that I can use I and change it to 2, right? So what I have done here, in simplified way, I will do this. uh, if you want me to like elaborate it, So I will do temp of I equals to 2. So this is also same thing which we I have written before. That was also the same thing. It just saves a line of code. Doesn't matter. I will do it in this way. Okay. So now what I am doing is I am storing the tiles in a temporary and going for the output of the computer. Like if computer is seeing this is empty, then it will go and click over here. And if now what we have to do, if here if we are winning, then I should go for it. If I am not winning, then I will search if it is blocking this code. Like let's say this is circle. I don't have any more path to follow. So I will just see like this cross is going to win. So I will just put over here. So what we will do is we'll first check if we are winning. So let's uh, is winning we have already made it. So yeah, so I will just add 2, which is player number 2, and I will search if I am winning. So I will use the temp thing because this is a temporary. We have not updated in the final one. So yeah. So if we are winning, then I will just convert the winning. Oh, sorry, winning, not winning. W to 1 because we are winning over here. Else if, or let's say, yeah, if you are winning, we will just add it to winning. Now we will check if we can block. So what we can do is we can just you af- rather than using temp, like here we are using second user to go over here. So we will not know if they are winning or not. So I will just change it to temp of I equals to 1. So what this will do is it will change the user to first one, like you, and it will check if you are winning in that block. If you put your circle in that block or cross in your block, if you are winning, I will not let you win, and I will just go over there and put my thing. So I will go and blocking, and blocking I will say I. Oh, okay, I have like miscommunicated here. I will also write I here. I am so saving the location of that block so that in the end we can just go over there and put it. So now, if both of the thing is not happening, like in the beginning, there is no first user or second user. There in first chance, there is no chance of winning or blocking. So that is a normal case. So we will just add n equals to I. So this will help us to do that. Like after going through all this, I like it will go one block at a time, and it will search for the empty block. And if an empty block is winning, like is the computer winning, first we'll check. Let me add a comment as well here. Check for computer to win, and here check for sorry, user to win to block their path. So always you can use comments like this to describe. And here normal case if both of them is not here. And at the end we will just update the actual tile, I guess. Yeah. So we will how we will update that. So we have to make a move, right? So we will use set state at the very beginning, and we will use tiles. I how will know the thing. So let's create a variable. It will be integer only, so I will just integer move equals to winning. If the it is winning, I will go for that. If it is null, so double question mark, uh, what it does is it clarifies that is it null or not. If it's null, it will use the other one. So I will, if winning is null, like none of the case is winning, then I will go for blocking. If that also is not available, then I will go for normal. So if normal is also not there, I will go for zero. So it will just start with the first thing, but it will never happen as the user have to start from the first. So there will be one tile which will be blocked. So computer can start from wherever it wants. So tiles of that move, or I can rename it to location. That will be low equals to 2. I will change it to 2, and set state is already there. Also, yeah, I guess this will do. And okay, let's also, yeah, here we have to also add another thing. If your turn is there or not, right? So is winning, I'll go for 2, and tiles, sorry. So is if second user is winning, then you lost. Otherwise, it's your turn basically, right? So your turn. So let's save it and restart it. So okay, I haven't called that function to run the computer. So when we will call that whenever we are tapping on this button, right? So here I will just, after set state, I will call computer turn. I will restart it and I will do this. So as you can see, at the very same time, it adds over here. Then let's say I does this. So it calculates that I can win over here. So it puts 0 over here. Then let's play the trick with them. Where I will put this. So it also judges like I can win over here. But if I do this, you won't. It comes. So I guess this is great. Tic-tac-toe is done actually. Yeah, it is done. You can restart it. Your turn. Let the computer win once. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, you lost. So we can just add here, like we can close the button as well after you lost. So we can handle that. Like you can do the all that stuff, and you can also add the real-time database with it. So it will be like multiplayer game or kind of thing. But for now, I guess this is it. You can like this is responsive, not all fully responsive, but yeah, you can run it in a phone and test. So I will like release the code for you. I will just whenever the session ends, I will just update it in the group or Telegram group, I guess. So yeah, any doubt with that? Then we can just shift to UI, like how to design UI for your next Flutter app. So any questions? You can go ahead with this. Like you can see within an uh, let's say half an hour, we can just create basic game. Also, we can add this thing which I was adding, future dot delay. So what it does is it will make your app a little bit real. So I will add duration, which will wait for, let's say, milliseconds, 5 milliseconds, 500 milliseconds, and we will await. add await in the beginning. Just not pressing. So now what will it will do is it will wait for 500 milliseconds. Then it will put there. So, yeah. So you can handle more test cases with that. I was like planning to do all that stuff, but time is not there. So we can conclude this and start what is Figma and Adobe XD. So, yeah. So let me open my Figma. So what is Figma? Figma is basically you can create your phone UI or web UI in the in this platform, and then you can convert it into your app. So why we should do this? Because uh, directly if you go for development, you like now we have seen no, we are lacking with the design part after something is not visible or some text size we have to decide. So here you can play with that. Like this is my portfolio website. I designed it over here. The final thing is different from this because development thing comes handy, like whichever you are feeling good, you will go with that. So for now, like I designed like this, but I haven't made like that. So if you want to like just add a let's say you go here and not here, and you select frame, and you can select the iPhone mini or anything. Let's say this is your phone screen. Now you can add over here, like you want to add your name. So I will just go with the text, a user, and I will just uh, give it a bold and increase its size to 36. And I will here I will just copy paste that and write it here. Welcome. And you can like just build all that screens, and here I have, let's say, button or kind of stuff. So it will save your development time, as well as like you will be having a good idea like what you are building. So you will not have a pause in the middle of your like development, like what you have to do next. You can plan it over here, and you can build multiple screens. I will just delete that for now. So like this, in my portfolio, I will go with this screen first, then this screen, then this screen, and then this, then finally the ending screen. So I took reference from this kind of this images, like how they have built their portfolio and how they are looking in their phone and kind of stuff. So you can take reference always. There is a good website known as Tribble. If you haven't heard of, this is the like coolest website for UI UX design. You can see lots and lots of design over here. See, this is a design. So you can just copy this in your Flutter app and try to like make your own same kind of UI, which will like boost your development thing very much, because these UIs are like industry level. Like you can how you will manage this kind of stuff, like if a square is small and then big, and how you have to maintain this stuff, how you have to just go with the UI. Like don't have to build the whole app running. You can just show it to your interviewer, or kind of them like I have built this UI. So these all are like coolest UI. You can just go ahead. If you are like going for a login page itself, you can go over and search login page, and it will give you like you can select your mobile or web, what whichever you are building. So here it is. Like this is the good login screen. You can just duplicate that in your app and use it. So yeah, you can use these colors as well. They have this color palette as well here. So yeah, you can like UI is the main focus for the front end user. Like if you can if you are not able to develop UI, you must know how to like convert it into an app. So if this kind of thing comes, you weren't dependent on the like front end UI UX job. So they give you the UI UX, you build it directly. So be confident in that, and it will like bring you freelancing works a lot. Sorry for that. So yeah, that's it. I guess you can always go to Dribble and make some UI apps only. Like in my portfolio, I have 2 3 UI things which I have only built. Here you can see this portfolio is made by me. So this is a freelancing project I did for a NGO where I have to build their website. So I was doing their UI UX, how it will go and how it will look in the phone and all kind of stuff. So you can see here. So make use of Figma. Like before starting any app, you must go and to take some time and make basic designs of your app so that you don't stuck in the middle, like what design I have to do or kind of stuff. So yeah, so I guess that's it. We can conclude it over here. You can try this tic-tac-toe app. I will just list out the code once this session is over. And if any doubt, you can ask now or maybe in the Flutter Festival group in Telegram. Yeah. Any questions you can ask.
Please, guys, just feel free to put your questions in the chat box. Like, if any kind of doubt you are having, as this is the last session. So, if you are left with any kind of query, you can ask it here in the chat box.
There are no doubts.
I believe we can wrap up this session right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, thank you so much for that. Like, it was indeed a great session. So, I would like to thank all the participants who have attended the session today and asked their queries. And let me end the session by assuring you that you'll get to learn lots of more things in the future and get a chance to work in the team further and enhance your skill sets regarding the cross platform app development. Today, we got to know how to build a tic-tac-toe app and have some more insights regarding some development in your UI UX tips. And yes, one more thing for getting the resources, you can just visit our GitHub page, and there you will get the resources regarding Flutter. And for any further queries, you can ask it in our Telegram group. And for more information, you can just follow our link tree, go to our GDC platform, and follow us over there. And you can also ask your queries and connect with all of us through this call. So, yes, over the next few months or years, we'll be making more strategies to promote this type of events among all of you. So, that was indeed a nice session. So here we come to the end of the fifth session of the Flutter Festival. So we will come up with some more sessions. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, guys.